If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. We are getting a new Kendrick Lamar album called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers next Friday on May 13th. This is, of course, very much talked about. I've made a lot of videos on this over the past couple of weeks. Go check out the latest ones I've made, but today I wanted to discuss the possibility and the evidence we have to the fact that he's dropping a single this Friday, which possibly might be The Heart Part 5. So let's jump straight into this. So kind of to get everybody caught up on why people think this might be The Heart Part 5, before Damn dropped in 2017, on March 24th, Kendrick Lamar dropped The Heart Part 4, which was still a legendary track in his discography, just talking his shit on there, come on. Right before Damn dropped was the perfect way to get people hyped up for the record, mostly for the fans, because this didn't reach a commercial level success of very great status, but this got everybody that was really into Kendrick so much more hyped for Damn. And of course, Damn was his latest solo release. So now people are speculating that he's going to drop The Heart Part 5, before Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Also, he's taken 5 years off, which he hasn't, before Damn dropped. So there's a lot of stuff that he can talk about and probably a lot of material he recorded, and that's also why people are thinking that The Heart Part 5 might be an option. Also, in the same way, him just going hard on a beat, claiming he's the best rapper alive, as he said on The Heart Part 4, which would definitely make, for great music. And it's dropping next week, next Friday, so we still have a Friday, this Friday, the 6th, on which Jack Harlow is dropping his album, for him to drop a single. Otherwise, he wouldn't have dropped the single for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, so it would make sense for him. So that is one part of it. Now, let's actually look at the evidence we have towards this thing dropping. Let's start with the obvious one, the website oklama.com. This has been used to, get all the announcements on the album, on the release date of it, on the title, on the fact that it's a double disc. But there was, and you've probably seen this, there was this subfolder on the website. So if you head over to oklama.com/theheart, you can see a screen full of folders, 500 in total. And if you drag them around, you can uncover a black folder, which is labeled important. And if you click on any of the folders, including the black one, it just says, page 404, page could not be found. So there's nothing there yet, but it is very suspicious that all of this is under the subfolder, The Heart. So oklama.com/theheart. Now that, to me, is pretty convincing evidence that something is going to happen with The Heart. If The Heart Part 5 is on the final record, I'm fine with that, but then he would have to make subfolders for every single track on the final record. So that is why I am pretty convinced that we are getting The Heart Part 5 this Friday. Now, as aside from all of this, maybe the other folders are just there to cover up the black one, and the black one will get an announcement maybe tomorrow talking about the release of this new single, The Heart Part 5, a week before the actual album will drop. But let's also look at the evidence we have towards a new song dropping in general. And in this case, I want to reference a, show on Apple Music's Rap Life show with, Ebro, who was on there, who was the person I'm going to talk about, and this was right before the Super Bowl that Kendrick Lamar performed at, and we talked about this back when this happened. And in this show, Rap Life, you've probably seen this, pretty big show in hip-hop on Apple Music, Ebro was talking about how there was this producer, or the producer of the show, I think his name was Sasha, but I'm not sure anymore, that said that there was a single coming out before the Super Bowl. Now, the Super Bowl was on a Sunday, so the Friday before, there was a possibility that a single might drop. And he said that this producer of Rap Life had exclusive information that Kendrick Lamar was supposed to drop a single before then, which then didn't come true. Big disappointment. We all thought something was coming, but it is again another, piece of evidence that there is a single out there. There is a single out there that Kendrick wanted to release before the Super Bowl, and that he he's now, been kind of hiding under the subfolder of oklahoma.com/The Heart. Of course, the other possibility is that Kendrick will just drop this album without any singles, so that each song has its due place in the track list that Kendrick wanted this song to be placed at, because let's be real, these singles are usually just for commercial purposes. Artists drop these singles to get people hyped for the record that's about to come, to give them a sneak peek, to already get the sales up for the record, and to just, get them in the loop again, get people talking about the new record coming out and saying like, oh, that single was fire, I can't wait for the album. Kendrick Lamar doesn't need this at this point anymore. Like before Damn, he did it with, I think it was Love, Loyalty, and what was the other one? Humble. Those were the singles before Damn, and those were probably the songs that did the best on the record, so there's no doubt about that. But I think at this point, he doesn't care about any of that anymore. If he was after the commercial success or about his album going #1, he would have dropped within the past 5 years. I think for him now, it's about creating the best possible art and the best possible bodies of work that he can. And that in turn means that he wants each track to have the place on the track list that it's due. So in this case, that would mean, if it's double disc or not is a whole nother discussion. I'll go into that in the video I dropped yesterday, so make sure you go check that out. But each track has its purpose in, the set of all the tracks on the record. And this would of course be destroyed if any spotlight is shown on any of these tracks that, it's not even supposed to stand out like that. So I think that in this case, Kendrick has many reasons to do, to go one way or the other. I'm just, giving y'all the evidence on this. I'm saying that he might also likely not drop any singles, but there is something up with The Heart. There is something going on with The Heart. Otherwise, we would not have this, subfolder on oklahoma.com. The Heart is something, special about this, and something that Kendrick definitely knows fans get excited about, because The Heart Part 4 played such an important role back when Damn dropped. So, this will likely result in The Heart Part 5 coming out in any type of way. I'm guessing as a single before the record that is not going to be in the track list of the actual album, but that will get people hyped up for it. I don't think it's going to be on the actual album, because that's just not the way that the Heart, series works. So we have all this evidence, The Heart Part 5 possibly releasing, because he did it last time with Damn. There is this subfolder called The Heart on oklahoma.com, and we had that information back in February or January with Ebro talking about a, single from Kendrick Lamar coming out right before the Super Bowl that then never came true, but there was something in the air that we can't deny. So there's all the information that we have, in my opinion, on it. Now I want to know what you think about this. Are you excited for, Miss Him Around the Big Steppers, first of all, but then also for possible Heart Part 5? Do you think this will actually end up happening, or do you think this kind of wishful thinking from the fans? And do you think it'll be on the actual record, or just, as a single beforehand? And what do you make of all those folders in the Black Important folder on oklahoma.com? All of this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.